You ready?
Yeah.
What's up, Musicians and Sneakers family? Welcome to another episode of Musicians and Sneakers. I invited this next artist, man, because he's one of the hardest working kids I've ever met. Opened up some great shows with him, shows including Miguel, Tiger Caluchis, man, and one of the rising hip hop stars in Dallas, Texas on the music scene, Adrian Stresow.
Yes,
Adrian,
sir.
what's up, man?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Long time no see. I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I miss seeing your face, man. I know you've been busy working and still
Yeah.
working in the studio and stuff. Before we finish, I want to shout out. We got 19 Productions in the house. How you feeling, 19?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good,
I'm
good.
hot for some reason.
You hot?
I've been moving a lot of equipment, so.
We gotta get those sneakers in the shot later, man. I'm liking those.
Oh, let me get my
Get them in the shot.
Kyrie Irving.
I should have put them up there. Sneaker in the shot.
Yes,
keep
sir.
shit fresh.
So we gotta say that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like those, man.
I like
All
that.
those funny colors. They're like sherbet.
Yeah.
Also, man, a special shout out to Owen, the owner of this beautiful sneaker shop. Thank you for letting us use this spot. The kid is 19 years old, man, owns a sneaker shop. And other things. He drove up in the Corvette today, so I just tucked my car in.
What's the app called? Swift Souls, the app.
Swift Souls, the app. All right, thank you, Owen, man. We appreciate you, man. So, Adrian, back to business, man. So I want to know, first of all, where did Adrian Stresow come from as far as the music? Like, where did it start? Where did your love for music start? And what brought you to this point?
Yeah. Well, I guess back in like maybe honestly, so if we're going as far back as I can think, what sparked my love for music, it all started when Guitar Hero came out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like 5th grade and playing whatever on there, and it kind of opened my mind to, oh, this is kind of cool, like being a rock star or whatever that is as in the video game. And then I was on my mom's computer maybe a couple years later and accidentally opened up Garageband and started messing with loops, and
I did that too.
yeah, exactly. So after that I was hooked, and then met a kid in like 7th grade who was like, yo, you're not even a real producer, you're just like looping stuff. And I was like, dang, well maybe he's right. And so that sparked me learning to really make beats. Fast forward freshman through.
So pause right there. So
Yeah.
I want people to hear this. I don't want to miss that. Somebody gave you a negative critique, and you took that negative critique and said, okay, well, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
powerful, man, because most people take that and say, well, forget it. This is not what I'm supposed to do.
True.
And then most people say, I don't care about your comments, man. But
Right.
that's dope, man, to take somebody's comments and say, okay, I know what I need to fix and work. That was dope. I just didn't want to miss
Yeah,
that
for
moment,
sure.
man.
Well, especially like, I think from a really young age, I was pretty serious that I knew making music professionally was something I wanted to do. And so every opportunity I had to like expand, I was always trying to be on it. I remember before I received my first laptop in the mail, because I needed a new computer to run Logic Pro and upgrade from GarageBand. But before I even got it in the mail, I was watching YouTube videos on how to do like the Lex Luger type hi-hats and
Right. Oh, that's
stuff
dope.
like that.
Yeah.
So I've always been, from a young age, like trying to do what it takes to improve myself. Even still to this day, I'm super hard on myself. Probably more than I need to be by this point. But there's always something to learn. And so I basically, from freshman year to senior year, you can ask people who went to school with me. I would bring my laptop on the bus. I was making beats. Like sometimes at lunch, I'd be sitting by myself, headphones on. I had like Skull Candies or something, and that led up to by the time I was a senior in high school, like kind of having an online fan base. Now, I'd go to school, they didn't really know, but they'd like follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and be like, why you got all these followers? So it eventually snowballed into me being in my first year of college and like starting to have some money coming in off music. And I said, look, if I'm doing all these classes, I can't really give the energy to my dreams the way I want to be. And so that's when I made the leap, decided you know, I'm going all in. And you know, a lot of things have happened since then, but yeah, like
That's
it's
dope,
been
man.
all my life, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope. I love that story. So real quick, 2 influences or inspirations. One from music, what gave you your style, and then maybe one from personal
Yeah.
inspirations.
I got a lot of inspirations, I would say. Musically, like, I know a lot of people would hate on this, but because of my era, like, I grew through Drake dropping Thank Me Later, Take Care.
I hear some of that in your
Nothing
music
was
too.
the same.
Yeah, I hear some of that in your music.
And then If You're Reading This was like in my high school prime, like, so that was, I think that's a classic album to my generation.
Shout out to Drake.
Yeah.
Drake, you need to hear this guy.
Yeah, for sure. And then as far as like personal inspirations, I love Tony Robbins. I know that's like totally like way left field, but
Nah, I like
just
Les Brown.
just that inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Positivity.
That's
So
dope.
yeah.
Work ethic, man. So I'm gonna ask you about your work ethic. I know you kind of touched on it, but I will say publicly, the first time I ever had a gig with you, a rehearsal with you, you came to my house, and I was surprised, and my wife was surprised. Now, for everybody who know about rehearsing and how rehearsals go, this guy was jumping around my house like he was on stage, like rehearsing, like we play on stage, man. And I think that was crazy dope. I've never in my life, I've seen musicians rehearse, play around in rehearsal, but this guy rehearsed like he was on stage. He was dripping sweat.
That was fun.
And it was the first time I seen it. So when you left my house, I was like, babe, this dude is serious.
That's
and
awesome.
I think that's what got me, because I'm a hard on myself too. I'm a big work ethic guy.
Yeah.
But just to know you were jumping around my house the first day you met me
That's
with
awesome.
a microphone. I don't even know if the microphone was plugged up. I'm on the drums.
Probably not. Yeah,
And,
I was just hyped to hear some live drums behind the tracks. I was like, this is crazy.
It was just me, you, I think Sunkiss. Shout out to DJ Sunkiss.
DJ Sunkiss. Oh my God.
Man, so work ethic, where does that come from, man?
I would just say it starts with loving what you do. You know, it's easy to say I work hard, but it's mainly because to me it doesn't even feel like work. I'm doing what I love, and so that reflects like in my music. You know, I just like when I do music, that's my entertainment, but it's also my work too.
Right.
And so I would just say, when you love what you do, you're more likely to be successful, in my opinion.
That was the thing, because I play with people, like as a contract, I may play drums or I may play with somebody, but I don't stick around with a lot of people. It's just business.
Right.
When I met you, man, I was like, I want to go with this guy. And what's crazy, like I told Matt earlier, like you took me on my biggest like opening, man.
Yeah,
and I've done a
crazy.
lot of stuff. But we open up for Cali Uchis, Miguel, Tiger, amongst other names, man. And I'm like, this young kid with all this energy, man, and this go and this drive is going places, man. So I'm excited. So
yeah, he was the first person you mentioned to me when you came
for the show, yeah.
He was like Adrian Stresow.
Yeah.
First person you talked about.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the videos, about the content, about itself?
Yeah, I've been following you ever since.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and follow us, man. Shout out your Instagram, because you got like 6 trillion followers.
Yeah, at Adrian Stresow, so it's ADRIANSTRESOW, and follow Musicians and Sneakers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. What so Musicians and Sneakers took a hiatus because of COVID, man.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting sick. We talked about that earlier. And did that slow the music down? How did that affect you?
Yeah, so for me, I remember I had just gotten back off the tour with Justin Stone. Shout out Justin Stone, great friend of mine. And I still to this day haven't really done like a proper show, like my own headline show in Dallas the way I wanted to. And so that was something I was really set on planning.
Can we put a band behind it? Can I put a band behind it?
Yeah,
Let's do it live.
that's the whole point of why I wanted to do it. I'm like, I want to get Patrick on this. I want to get Sunkissed on this, and like show the city what we're capable of.
They don't even know, man. Like a lot of people, when I'm in Dallas, because I live in McKinney, and I say Adrian Stresow, some of that scene don't even know what's coming.
They have no clue.
They have no
They
clue.
have no clue.
And it's gonna hit them like crazy.
It's a whole different level of how we do it too. So
did you slow down producing and stuff in COVID? Or?
Well, so I was just planning to do these shows, and they all got clapped because obviously everyone was stuck inside. So for a little bit it was cool. I made a bunch of music, but also just in my personal life I had a lot of things I wanted to take care of, and so COVID gave me that opportunity to just lock the rest of the world out and grind,
Yeah.
And so now like I'm starting up a audio engineering business. We're gonna do more than just audio engineering, but for right now it's
gonna be yours.
The services,
Oh,
yeah.
dope,
So
man.
it's me and my friend co-founded it. It's called Mixed by Pros. There's still a few things that need to be done before it's like really ready to be pushed, but just that's something I've been passionate about, is like growing as an entrepreneur.
Right.
And then now obviously that I've come a little bit of ways, had some time to get my ducks in order, like I want to start releasing again.
Right.
And that's coming now that the world's opening up again. Like shows are actually on the table, so
We didn't hit Deep Ellum,
excited.
man. They ain't seen you yet, so it's
They
time
haven't.
to
It's
take
time.
you to Deep Ellum.
It's time.
We coming
I'm
to Deep
ready.
Ellum. Give me one failure and one success.
Yeah.
So what's one of your greatest failures and what's one of your greatest successes?
Yeah, it's hard to look at a lot of things as a failure, because I've learned so many valuable lessons throughout my small music career. I remember one thing I would look at as a failure, but it's such a small deal, you know what I'm saying? I remember doing an open mic where I totally bombed. Like I was grinding. Now it was probably when I was I had just dropped out of college, and I started doing hella open mics like every week. And this one time I just came up there, they had like a band, they're playing some stuff. I'm like, don't even change the beat, I'll just rap on this. And then it was like, I was not ready. I was like, oh wait, hang on.
You should have said change the beat.
Yeah.
Change the beat.
So
Which happens to all musicians, because I bombed a few
yeah,
times.
so I got through it. Everybody knew I sucked, but they clapped for me, and it was whatever. But it taught me, preparation's really important.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you saw, like when we practice now for shows, it's like
He's sweating,
it's the
man.
full thing,
He's sweating.
And then I would say success. I would just say, the tour with Justin was a huge milestone, as far as like, one, Justin's just a good personal friend of mine now, like for life. But also, like as a kid, that's kind of one of those bucket list things. Hey, if I could just do that, that would be amazing. So we got to do it. Hopefully not the last time. I got a lot of years to live, a lot of music to put out.
Yeah.
I don't think I've put out one of the things that bothers me, like that's still that I'm ready to attack, is like, I don't think I've put out my best music yet. Although some of my
For real?
yeah, no, like and I've had like older stuff do numbers, and it's gonna be hard to compete with some of the success of some of my music, but I know I can put out a higher quality on the mixing, the songwriting, production.
But that's just growing,
so,
man.
yeah.
Most artists, and my favorite rapper is Nas. And if you listen to Nas at 20 years old, from Nas right now, you see the elevation of his style and him. You can see him growing up in his music.
Yeah,
so that's normal, man. That's just you
absolutely.
growing up and then your music changing, man.
For sure.
Yeah. How's your mom, man? Your family? You just got married?
Yeah, well, I'm
Congratulations.
engaged. We're getting married this
Engaged,
year,
that's right.
but yeah, that's dope. I'm excited. She's gonna get to keep the dog her and her mom have, so I'm gonna be a dog dad pretty soon.
Much different than a dad.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it to dog dad for now, for sure. Take my time on all the other stuff, but yeah, excited for marriage. And then my family is awesome. Like all my family, we're like Hispanic, so we just like stay together, and they all live in this DFW area. I see my grandma almost weekly. We
Shout
have
out
food,
grandma.
so, yeah,
shout out mom. I know mom.
Shout out all them.
Did I meet
yeah.
grandma? I don't think I met you. Oh,
I
she
think
was
she
at
came-
that
she
dinner,
came, yeah.
that house in
So-
New Mexico. Then we had a barbecue or something like that.
I don't. That's my other grandma. I
Okay,
think.
okay,
Yeah.
all
So, well, so
Shout out other grandma.
Yeah, shout out both grandmas. Grandma.
In caption, we can put other grandma.
But yeah, no, I love my family. Get to see them all the time. I think family is super important. More than, you know, it's so easy to get wrapped up in like chasing your goals and
Right.
all that stuff. But you know, always got to make time for family because you know you only live once. So.
Yeah. So I think I already know this, and I don't think everybody else know this. Are you independent?
Yeah.
Do you own your own stuff? And talk about that.
Right.
Talk about that versus being on a label.
Definitely.
And why didn't you want to go the
Yeah.
label route?
So I think for my specific music, if you compare my music to a lot of the stuff that's out in rap, it's like there's no facade here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like your cookie cutter rap type of music or content mainly. And so, you know, a lot of labels will either, you know, take something that they've seen work before, they sign that, or they sign you for the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And so for me,
you don't make anything off
right.
of it. Yeah.
So for me, I'd rather prove it can be successful doing it my way, and then if a label comes into the picture later, like you know, we can have that conversation. But I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so like, you know, to leave my business up to somebody else when I kind of have a vision, there's not really a point. Like I gain valuable experience out of having to handle all these other things because
y'all have an advantage though in this era.
Yeah,
I didn't grow up in the social media era, and y'all can pretty much have everything
yeah
going through social media, and a lot of the traditional record label stuff is going away, which is hurting the record labels. But I mean, it's like Chance the Rapper, it's making them rich because everything is theirs, man. So
it's a label's just a bank, you know what I'm saying? They give you a loan, and they might have some connections, but like, you know, you got to realize if you're on their roster, you're competing with the biggest artists on their roster. So like, you know, let's say I'm on the same label as Drake, and Drake's got a release.
you're not
They
Drake
don't
is first.
give a damn
Drake is
about what
first,
I got going on. So
you making your own.
yeah, it's cool to just carve your own path. Go like nowadays, you go straight to your fans. There's no, you don't have to get your CDs in the store.
Yeah.
You know, you can create your own community, and so that's kind of how I choose to look at it and just.
Where's your
attack
music?
it
You
from
got
that
you on Apple Music, and I know this stuff.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
everybody
for
else.
sure. Yeah, I'm everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, everything.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Two actually. How old are you? And
Yeah.
how do you feel being Hispanic coming into the hip hop world? Like,
Yeah.
hip hop is primarily like black culture.
Definitely.
So did you feel any type of way about being Hispanic coming into that culture?
Yeah, so 23, and then as far as being Hispanic in rap, like for me, I grew up in a pretty white area, so I kind of look at, like, although I am Hispanic and I look at hip hop as originated black culture, I kind of got boxed in with like kind of a white rapper wave, I felt like. And so you know, people are gonna put labels on it, people can put you in boxes. To me, I just like, nowadays I pull from all of my influences and try to just make it me, because at the end of the day there's only one Adrian Stresow, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Hispanic rappers, but they're probably not making the same vibe as I am.
Adrian Stresow.
There's a lot of white rappers not making the same vibe. So, you know, I just get in where I fit in, be myself. And honestly, I used to think a lot about where do I belong in like this hip hop you know, landscape. Now I just think, yo, it's Adrian Stresow and the fans, and that's all that matters. You know?
That's the way I feel, man. Make your own way. That's dope.
Exactly.
Do you working on something new or?
Yeah. So I've taken a lot of time to just step back, evaluate my music, evaluate the content, and get better at production and mixing. So that's like really what I've been up to. There's not I made a few songs last year that are probably better than anything I've released, and they still aren't, and they still
I want to hear them.
yeah, I'm gonna show you, but they still probably won't get dropped because now I'm at a new place in my life where I'm like, okay, I want to articulate the message I have and like be very clear in how I say that. And so now I think I'm gonna have a few songs starting to drop this summer. That's the goal. I do have some stuff, but
you gonna drop an album or just songs?
We'll get to an album, but right now, like, I'm not there. So I'm really just trying to kind of refine my sound and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, really. It's easy when you're an independent artist and, you know, trying to make money from it to like get caught in like let me drop another song to keep the attention and do all that. I did a bunch of that. Now I'm stepping back and saying, let me make my Mona Lisa and
That's
you
good.
know,
Take
put
your
something
time
out
on it.
I want to be proud of in 20 years is the goal, you know.
That's dope. And I got a question about the future later.
Yeah.
I want to stay on that. So in doing your new music, do you see your growth? Do you see the growth between?
Yeah, it's
a different Adrian.
Definitely in the production, really all of it, really the lyrics. It's just getting more comfortable being myself, you know, because it's in rap specifically. It's so easy to feel like you got to fit in with what everybody else is doing, but like now this new growth is getting to a point where I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna do what I do best and feed, you know, the audience that cares about that, you know.
Right. So I heard a rumor, you do your own production?
I do, yeah. A lot of it. I share some of it, but
anybody you want to shout out, producers or anybody you work with, you want to shout out?
Let me think.
Outside of like, DJ Sunkiss.
Yeah, well, shout out to DJ Sunkiss, obviously.
Sunkiss, I'm getting you on the show, man.
You know, yeah, shout out him. Yeah. But you know what I've been doing lately, honestly, is like I get an exclusive to like a YouTube beat and then I sauce it up, like redo drums and stuff. So I've been listening to a lot of Dilly Got It Bumpin'. He did some stuff for Russ, Rick Ross, stuff like that, and I got a joint where I did some of my own drums on his original
I'm offended.
Track, yeah.
I'm just playing.
But yeah, and then shout out Noah Farhood. You know, I whenever I start dropping these new songs, want to tap in with him again. You know, but yeah, honestly, really just kind of improving my own skills and you know, doing my own stuff lately.
That's what's up. What do you, and I know you like me, man, you're a dreamer, a hard worker.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself, because you said 20 years, I'm gonna say 10 years. Where do you see yourself as far as music wise, working?
In how many years?
Let's say 10.
In 10?
Make it big too.
Yeah, no, well, for sure. Like right now, something I've been trying to also learn is like investing. So like I'm actually doing a lot of research on like plotting charts, like on stock, like doing stocks, all that. So, you know, hopefully 10 years those investments I've made are a lot bigger. Mixed by Pro is gonna be a lot bigger, and then you know, hopefully by then I'll have dropped a few classic albums that I know are gonna be dope for the rest of my life. That's always like, to me, I never make it about the numbers, because it's like the real competition is with myself to like outdo what I did, because you're the only one who knows, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was my best, and everybody else can say what they want, but like I think with music being how subjective it is, you as an artist know I gave it my all, and so that's kind of my goal, is like have a few bodies of work that I'm really proud of, and then obviously be a businessman, entrepreneur, all that.
Let's go. I'm proud of your work, man.
Yeah,
Trust me. My
appreciate
wife
that.
loves it. We still listen to everything. So this question is for everybody who wants to chime in. I'm kind of date stamping the video because, you know, we make the videos and we release the videos later. So yesterday, Will Smith walked on stage
Yeah.
and he slapped Chris.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Chris.
Yeah,
How do y'all? Let me start with Matt, because I want to start with Matt, because I know his brain is.
And you don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, if you don't want to
no,
talk about it.
because I just saw the replay on Twitter, and I was like, because I got home late last night, so I didn't see what happened, but I was like, yo, I must have missed something because that looked crazy.
Chris made a joke, man, about Jada, Will's wife.
Was it staged or?
It wasn't staged. I thought it was
Okay.
staged. I said it was fake, and I'm looking at it, and it was real.
Wow.
So, and
Because
then
you can tell after the smack, you were like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then he goes out and starts cussing at him from the audience, and like
yeah.
everybody got quiet, and
Yeah.
got awkward. You're like, oh, this is like really happening.
man,
That is
I
crazy.
didn't even know what I understand both ways, right? I understand that Will was protecting his wife, and I know this is gonna be
Yeah.
an old subject we bringing back up by the time this video come out. But I don't think it was done professionally. I think Will should have went backstage and talked to him. You know, man.
Yeah.
It was a black man who produced the show, a black man who's hosting, and then a black man. It is for me in my race, a black man who hit a black man on national TV. So I feel like it set us back as far as how we communicate with each other, man. I mean, violence doesn't always have to be a answer to
Right.
everything. And I was in the military for a long time. That's a different type of violence.
Yeah.
But
for
that's
sure.
necessary violence. But even if it's necessary, it's not good. How you feel, Matt?
I don't think, in my humble personal opinion, that he was protecting his wife. I think he was protecting his ego.
Good.
Because you think about it, if his wife was upset, I'll think about my wife. So if she's upset about something, my first thing is to take care of her.
Right.
So like, what do you need in this moment? Like, you need to console you? Do you want to leave?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do?
Right.
And if she says, go beat him up, then I'm like, well, we have another problem. Like, we don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't like.
Oddly enough, it happened to me, not in that aspect, but there was a person my wife was offended by, and she came to me, and I just went to the person.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, my wife don't like this, and the person received it well, and you changed your behavior. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But violence is not necessary unless it's necessary, man.
Yeah,
And
no, for
we gotta
sure.
get out. The world is going crazy. Everybody got a gun. This Texas, and everybody's
Yeah.
got guns. I saw an old lady shot somebody in her yard the other day. So I mean, like it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
But man, I want to shout.
Want to get that Asian response?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, I think, obviously, since I didn't see it, I can't say a whole lot. But, when it comes to defending your lady, I mean, nothing's really out of bounds, but it is interesting. Like, I'd hope to think things like that are staged, but,
Yeah, I thought it was
you never
staged at
know.
first.
Yeah.
Seeing it, watching it live on TV, because I mean, Will was laughing about it at first, and the next thing you know, he just walks up there and slaps him. Like, I just felt like that, like secondhand embarrassment for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. He like in the like a wide shot, like
Yeah.
Will was laughing
Yeah.
at the joke.
Yeah.
And I guess you didn't see what happened next because you can see Jada.
Yeah, going like this.
She kind of got mad,
Yeah.
and so I imagine there was some back and forth.
That's
And if you're not married, you don't understand the pressure of your wife. If she does something or wants something to happen, it's some pressure, man. You look over there and see your wife looking bad, it's gonna kill you on the inside. So
It's such like a big name, it's such a big event, like someone flew and watched.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
yeah, so I understand both sides, man. But we'll see. I know that Chris didn't press charges. So
Didn't he issue an apology? Or no, I think I saw
Yeah,
some.
Will did.
I saw some meme about it. No, that wasn't a real apology. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So much stuff
Yeah.
coming out on Twitter.
I think I want to ask you what are some of the lessons you learned along the way?
Yeah. I think from my journey to pursuing music and chasing my dreams, I learned a lot. A few things is like, believe in yourself and take chances, because you know, you don't want to look back and think, oh, I totally could have done this or that. Like, you want to, if you feel it in your gut, you have to follow it. And, you know, you can suffer because of that. It's not always going to work out, but like, at least in my case, I'm young. Like, I could fall on my face and still get back on my feet and I'm 23 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Man, if I can go back, I'd be a millionaire.
yeah, exactly.
With the knowledge I have.
So that's how I try to look at it, is like, this is me going back. This is me at a young age, able to think with a long-term perspective and try to put myself in a position down the road that I'll be thankful to my younger self for. But some of the other lessons I learned is, you know, you have to stand up for yourself, especially in business or in music. You can sometimes trust somebody else with like responsibilities, that if you're able to do things yourself and you know exactly what you want, don't leave those up to other people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are responsible for your own life and your destiny, essentially. And so that's one of the things that, if I could go back, you know, standing up for myself a little more, getting what I deserve in situations. And then there was another good one I had, but definitely you gotta take chances, you know what I'm saying? And like, if this was what I was gonna say, is whatever you give your energy to, it grows. So
you're too young to be dropping these kind of dimes.
So like, you know, with music, like, I could have gave my energy to school and done well at that. I could have gave my energy to, I could have worked a job at that point or whatever it was. I gave my energy to music, and because of that, I was in a position where I was able to get lucky. Like, luck is for sure a factor, but you have to put yourself in that position. And so for me, dropping out of school, having a clear schedule, dropping as much music as I was, you know, I gave my attention to it, and that's the reason why I was able to reap those benefits. Because you can't expect to not put in that effort and, you know, receive something back. Exactly. You know, they give you what you give. So yeah,
that's dope, man. That's dope. So like I said, you're young, man, dropping those dimes, man, but being around you enough, I know the way you think,
for sure,
how you are, and this is authentically him, man. So I appreciate you. So
yeah,
well, we gotta pay bills. We call musicians and sneakers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you what I'm rocking today. I'm rocking the Vapor Waffles.
Yes, sir.
The Sail and Gum colorway, man. I'm a big fan of the Vapor Waffle line, and
that's clean.
I love them, man. But I see you rocking the 3s today.
Yup.
My second favorite pair of shoes. My first one is the white cements and the black cements.
Yeah.
So I love that shoe, man. All-time favorite. You can't go wrong with 3s. What influenced you to be in the sneaker culture?
Yeah. I think sneakers and just fashion is a huge part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Like, you go back, you know, not only the sneakers but the whole fit. It's like it's always been a huge part of music. It's like, you know, now in 2022, it's even more so, because, you know, the TikTok era, you see people before you hear them. So shoes,
another dime.
Is a beautiful way to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow. Okay.
You know, you see someone rocking, you know, whatever it is, and you can kind of make a assumption. Oh, that, you know, people who like these shoes might like basketball. And they might like rap music. You know, so.
Yeah. So I talk about on the show a lot that I didn't. I grew up in the projects, man, Holland Hills, and I didn't get sneakers until later.
Yeah.
But my first pair was a Jordan 2, and I'm not gonna keep repeating the story because everybody's heard if you watch the show. What was the first pair mom or dad bought where you were like, I need this shoe?
Yeah.
Because I know you're a classic guy. I know you're Air Force Ones, all white.
Right. Yeah. Nowadays I rock Air Force Ones because I like being able to match it with everything. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my style, as you can see, like basic colors. But I don't remember exactly which Jordans it was, but I had like these high top like basketball style Jordans
Okay.
that I rocked everywhere, and that was my introduction to, like, you know, what sneakers is all about. Not just
Right.
this, not just having some shoe, but like, yo, spend a couple $100, and those are really comfortable. They last forever. Yeah, and
That's
their,
dope.
their thing was is they're just heavy, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but it's a vibe for sure.
That's dope, man. Oh, and what's your first sneaker, man? The first sneaker that mattered.
Well, first time I really hit was on the sneakers app.
Okay.
It was the OG like 10 collection with Virgil Abloh. Off-white.
Oh man, shout out Virgil, man. Rest in peace, my brother.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever hit. And basically the last one. So
Yeah.
can't anything on there. But that's kind of like what started me getting into reselling.
That's
Okay.
cool.
What's probably your biggest seller? And I'm gonna get you off camera. I'm messing with
Like
you.
in the store.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier, the Panda Dunks.
Okay.
Just the black and white ones, those are super hot right now. It's pretty basic.
Let me tell you how exclusive he is, man. You showed me something that wasn't even out. Is it not a?
Yeah.
Can I grab? So what's the colorway?
That one is the Georgetown colorway.
Georgetown colorway. So this, as of today, is not even out. So that's exclusive.
That's clean.
That's exclusive. That's dope, man. I really like. I'll put it back in a second. Scott, we out.
This was pretty iconic that too, because obviously, you know, Virgil just recently
Exactly.
passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, that off-white.
Yeah, I love these, man. You saw me looking for a price, but that's okay. I know these. I know this gonna be killing, cause they originally was a women's shoe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still rock. I rock women's shoes all the time in my size. I think I'm a couple,
They're
man.
like 3,000 or more.
Yeah, I like these. I ain't gonna ask you what you're selling them for. I put you out there in public. Man, we talked about your favorite, right? We talked about the
My
first shoe.
favorite, not really, but my favorite shoe is probably the Cortez. You call them the dope man.
Dope man.
But
yeah.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Ohio, so we always call them
Bone Thugs
Cortez.
and Harmony?
Yeah, so I like the Cortez. That's my favorite shoe.
What artist comes to mind when you think of certain shoes? Like we always say, and this is a hard question, but I ask this question all the time. When I say shell toes, I think of Run DMC. Is there any shoe, and if you can't think of it, don't worry about it. Is there any shoe that you can think of that makes you think of an artist or athlete?
Honestly, well, Kanye West really is like the biggest example, I would say, of somebody who, you know, made a whole collection of shoes, and then it's like you not only have the music to listen to support him, but you could rock Yeezys and be representing your favorite artist too. So I think that's like the first one that really comes to mind. Since I'm not super well versed in shoes, but I know, you know, nobody's done from a perspective of being a rapper and being able to step into fashion the way Kanye
That's a
West
good
did,
one, yeah.
you know?
Yeah, has a rapper ever really, like, I mean, not obviously with love.
I mean, back in the day with
There's
Master
people-
P and stuff, but
Some rappers have been able to drop like collabs,
Yeah.
but I mean, nobody's done what
Nobody's
Kanye's
did what
done.
Kanye
Like, he
did,
really
man.
made his whole brand of.
he's like, for me, it's like the new Virgil, man.
yeah,
And I think, Kanye learned a lot from Virgil. So,
Yeah.
no, man, that's dope. Once again, I appreciate everything, man, that you
Absolutely.
do for music. I appreciate you inviting me to play.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
On a nice tour, man. I appreciate you being here. I'm looking forward to the next rendition of who you are, man. I'm watching you
Absolutely, I
grow up, and I
appreciate
appreciate it. So once again, my man Adrian Stresow, we're gonna shout out Sneaker Haven for having us at this awesome place, man. I appreciate you, bro. I love you, man.
Dude,
And I'll
love
see
it,
you
man.
again.
Good stuff. This is fun.
Or shout out, or any last thoughts?
Shout out musicians and sneakers. Shout out Sneaker Haven. Follow us on socials. Shout out Mixed by Pros. Shout out DJ Sunkiss. Shout out Will Smith. That's all I got.
Wait, I got sorry.
Like for Mixed by Pros, for example, what we're trying to do is somebody gets a mix or whatever, and we just want to flood them with so much value, like, you know, whether it be, you know, that extra little, yo, I send you a sticker, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Find little ways to make people feel like a connection. So yeah.
I think that that's great, and what I take from that is kind of something we talked about last week about trying to get content, like sneak peek content out there, just to be in their face every day. And then right before COVID, we did a live. We didn't have a big fan base.
No, that's right.
Right. Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
that we put the content out, you know, put something in their face, and do another live.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and talk about
like
it,
that.
and maybe even bring
Yeah,
you
yeah,
on,
yeah.
some more artists on.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
great.
like that.
Do a live about that.
No,
Yeah,
I
the
like that
live-
though. Like
the live
when
we
when
did.
it releases, do something live to celebrate it.
Yeah.
Be like, hey guys, whoever's hopping on right
Do you
now.
think? Do you
Yeah.
think? And like he said, you're younger in this new social media. Do you think 10 episodes is too much to wait on, or do you think we should do 5 and put it out and then save the next 5, or just a thought?
I'm not sure. I think there's gonna be a little bit of trial and error, but like when you capture the episodes, you can always repurpose them in so many ways. Like when I think about podcasts, it's like that can be broken down. You see Joe Rogan, it's like it's a long form interview, and then okay, this little topic, for 2 minutes
That's
is
good.
on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then now we could maybe this one point he made is a clip for TikTok, and then there's just a lot of ways
That's
to
dope.
package it.
And you know what?
I'm saying? And it's you don't have to go capture a bunch of separate things. It's just repurpose what you have.
So what
you
I
know?
hear is because we didn't. Yeah, we didn't want. I can do it too, man. I can help, but I didn't. So we didn't really want to do YouTube at first
Right,
because of
right.
the money. You know, they stopped
Yeah.
doing the money thing. And we were gonna sell the episodes through the fans or whatever. But I think we could do
There's
a
ways.
5-minute YouTube thing, because that YouTube will take them towards the real.
Get you to
Yeah.
Patreon or whatever
Yeah.
it is with the exclusive content.
I like
Yeah.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can do a small YouTube thing, maybe a 5 minutes conversation on one thing, and that'll direct them to who we are,
Right.
because they'll follow the musicians and sneakers on YouTube. Yeah, but YouTube just killed us with that money thing, man.
Yeah. What did they do?
They took a lot of money they took most of it out, so you got to go through Patreon.
So YouTube isn't paying out the same. Like I know, I got like $100 in there that I don't know how to withdraw. So,
Yeah. Or what you got, man? Since you're a businessman, obviously a business.
I've never done like content creation or anything like that, but at least from my perspective, like watching shows, I feel like it's more about just having like cool people on, you know what I mean, and having like cool stories.
Yeah.
And that just makes you want to keep watching.
Yeah. You want to shout out your software company, man? If not, you don't have to.
I mean, shout out to School Soul. It's just it's an app we make. Yeah, it's for buying spring and stuff like that. So if you ever need help securing the latest releases, go check it out at School Soul on Instagram.
Awesome, man.
Nice.
That's all I have for the show today, man. We thank y'all for coming out. We thank y'all for clicking on us, man. We appreciate it, like, to the highest. Come out and check out Sneaker Haven. My man is dope. This place is dope. He's got the latest releases and some. So check out Adrian Stresow on YouTube, Instagram,
Yes, sir.
and I hope you enjoy it, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you, bro. See you
Yeah,
later,
man. That was awesome.
How you feel about that, Matt?
That was good. And what's dope about the shotgun oven is I got the sneaker. It's rotating in the corner. So these-
You want this back when you had it?